Hey, what's up YouTube? What's going on? In today's new video, what I wanted to talk about is why I assume everybody that I train or work with has a bulging or herniated disc and how this impacts the way I prescribe exercise or develop a workout program for a client of mine. Now, what I just mentioned was actually a comment that I had heard from Eric Cressy. And Eric had mentioned how he trains everybody with the assumption that they may have a bulging or herniated disc. And so when Eric mentioned that and made that comment, it completely resonated with me. And the reason he did make that statement was because he was referring to a previous research study that was published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 1994. And so I'm going to be talking about this research study right now because there's some very important findings that I want to share with you guys. So the title of this research study is Magnetic Resonance Imaging of the Lumbar Spine in People Without Back Pain. Now, what the researchers did was they took people without any previous low back symptoms and they recruited 98 people for this study from the ages of 20 to 80 years old, average age of 42 years old, both males and females. And so 98 subjects without low back pain symptoms or any other symptoms in the low back, radiologists reported that 51 or 52% of these people had bulging discs, 27 had a disc protrusion, and 1 had a disc extrusion. And to further touch on that and to further add, 19% had a Schmorl's node, which is when a disc herniates vertically into the end plate. 14% had annular defects or an annular tear. 8% had some sort of facet degeneration. And out of these 98 participants without low back symptoms, only 36%, 35 participants, had normal discs at all levels of the lumbar spine. So knowing this, one may assume that about 2/3 of the population has some sort of disc abnormality or disc-related problem. And this is very interesting because all these individuals were asymptomatic. So you can assume that just about 2/3 of the people walking around today, based off the study, may have some sort of disc issue. It's just not presenting with symptoms. And there could be a number of reasons for that. But as a coach or a trainer, the important takeaway for me from this study was that about 2/3 of the people that I may work with, I could make the assumption that they may have some sort of disc issue. It's just not symptomatic yet, or it hasn't reached that threshold. So that's important for me to understand because I do not want to be prescribing exercises that are going to reach their threshold or to that point where now that disc issue that was asymptomatic is now become symptomatic. And as a coach or a trainer, one could easily do that if they're not prescribing, or if they're prescribing the wrong exercises or the wrong workout program to that individual, such as in the case of prescribing high volume sit-ups or weighted sit-ups or anything that involves loaded flexion for that matter. So this is very fascinating, very interesting, and I wanted to share that with you guys because the thing to understand, the overall takeaway is that a lot of people have disc issues. A lot of them are just asymptomatic and they don't even know they have these disc issues because they're asymptomatic. However, the problem becomes as a coach or trainer, and when you see these results, if you start prescribing the wrong exercises, you can make those asymptomatic disc issues become symptomatic with the wrong exercise program or with the wrong exercise. And this can even apply to someone that is a fitness enthusiast who just loves to work out. Understanding these statistics is very important in maintaining a healthy spine if that's your goal, because you do not want to be doing the wrong exercises that are going to make a potential asymptomatic disc bulge or disc herniation become symptomatic. So that's the overall takeaway that I think we can take from this study, is that a lot of people today may have disc issues, it's just they're asymptomatic, but we could prevent them from becoming symptomatic if we prescribe the right exercises and we spare the spine with good movement patterns and improved posture. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because this is a very, very significant research study in my opinion, and I thought it would benefit you guys from hearing the results of this study and just for your own sake to understand that, especially even if you're someone that may has a disc issue, just to know that there may be a lot of people out there as well that have disc issues as well, even though they may be asymptomatic. Lastly, I just want to mention that no one is perfectly prepared for exercise. And so when one individual goes into exercise, if they're looking to spare the low back, they should make the necessary spine-sparing adjustments to their programming and just to their everyday daily activities or movements in order to maintain good health of the lumbar spine and the low back. So guys, that's it. Just wanted to wrap that up and share that with you guys. And if you have any questions, comments, anything you want me to cover, please be sure to leave a comment below. And until next time, guys, all the best and take care.